Language is usually treated as something passive, a tool for communication, a way to describe reality after it already exists. But both Ludwig Wittgenstein and the Renaissance grimoires point towards something far stranger. That language does not merely describe reality, it structures it. The occult traditions understood this long before modern philosophy. In Renaissance magic, words were not symbolic decorations added onto rituals. The incantation itself was the mechanism. Names, formulas, sigils, chants, all were believed to shape the invisible architecture beneath perception. To speak precisely was to alter reality precisely. At first, this sounds irrational to the modern mind. But then Wittgenstein arrives centuries later and quietly reconstructs the same structure through philosophy instead of ritual. In the Tractatus, Wittgenstein proposes that the limits of language are the limits of the world itself. Reality, as experienced consciously, becomes inseparable from the structure of the symbolic systems used to interpret it. In other words, language is not floating outside perception. It organizes perception from within. This is where the connection to ritual magic becomes impossible to ignore. The grimoires treated words as forces because they understood something modern people overlook. Human consciousness responds to symbolic structure. A spell is not merely a sentence. It is a concentrated arrangement of symbols designed to direct attention, emotion, and will toward a specific outcome. This is why ritual language is always highly structured. Repetition, rhythm, exact phrasing, sacred names, geometric patterns, none of it is accidental. The structure itself alters mental state. Syntax becomes ritual architecture, and modern people unknowingly participate in this constantly. Wittgenstein's idea of language games deepens this further. Meaning is not fixed abstractly. Meaning emerges through use within systems. Entire realities are constructed through shared linguistic frameworks. Religion, politics, morality, identity, social value, all operate through collective language games that determine what can even be perceived as real. The occultists understood this intuitively. Control the symbols, and you influence perception. Influence perception, and you influence reality. This is why ancient magical systems obsessed over hidden names. To know the true name of something meant possessing deeper access to its structure. Naming was power because language creates cognitive boundaries around reality itself. The Renaissance magician and the analytic philosopher unexpectedly arrive at the same threshold. Reality is inseparable from symbolic structure. The difference is only vocabulary. One calls it metaphysics, the other calls it logic. But beneath both systems is the same recognition. Human beings do not passively observe the world. They participate in constructing it through language. This is also why modern civilization feels psychologically unstable. Language itself has become fragmented. Endless streams of contradictory symbols, advertisements, outrage cycles, algorithmic noise, all competing to define reality simultaneously. The result is psychic fragmentation. Attention collapses under linguistic overload. The ancient grimoires approached language differently. Words were treated with danger and reverence because they understood language could alter consciousness itself. To repeat a phrase continuously was to shape internal architecture. To invoke a symbol repeatedly was to stabilize a certain psychic pattern. In modern terms, this resembles psychological conditioning. But the occult traditions extended the idea further. They believed concentrated symbolic systems interacted with what Eliphas Levi later called the astral light, the subtle medium connecting thought, emotion, and influence. Whether understood metaphysically or psychologically, the mechanism remains similar. Focused language reshapes perception, and reshaped perception alters behavior, emotion, and experience. This is why syntax becomes ritual. The arrangement matters. The precision matters. The structure matters. Words are not empty containers. They are instruments directing awareness itself. And this may explain why silence appears at the center of so many mystical traditions. Because once language structures reality, Silence becomes the space outside structure, the place where the symbolic machinery temporarily stops, where consciousness encounters something prior to definition itself. The modern world floods the mind with uncontrolled language constantly. Ancient initiatory systems sought the opposite: precision, stillness, intentional speech, because they understood something most people never notice. Every sentence spoken repeatedly becomes part of the architecture of the self. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and have a wonderful day.